What's up guys, Anders here with another weekly update. Sorry for the lack of videos. I've been trying to work on EU progression and it's been absolutely stonewalling me, so hopefully you'll see an EU progression video soon, if this coming week gives me a little bit of luck of course. Now with that said, we've had a ton of new things changing in BDO in the past couple of weeks. We have a roadmap to talk about as well as some new content releasing this week, so let's jump right into it. Now first off, this week we have the Equestrians Assemble event to market the release of Doom, the final of the trio of T9 Dream Horses. I think I just realized the Equestrians Assemble is an Avengers pun that they made. Hilarious. Now, training XP and mount XP will be boosted by 100% during the next 2 weeks, and we are now getting additional drops which are basically enhanced T9 materials, so you can have an easier time making your T9 attempts. They cannot be sold on the market. They're, I believe, family bound. Now, these act as 2 of the normal T9 materials, so they're very, very good. Drop rate also seems pretty decent, so expect to get a decent chunk of them if you grind or AFK fish. Now, speaking of AFK fishing, we still have the ongoing Termian event from last week. It will last 1 more week, so make sure to take advantage of the fish event if you're starting out in the game. There's usually an abundant spot next to Termian Beach to the east called Termian Cliff. You will also get event fish there, but you're in danger of being killed since it's a hostile zone. I've been using my level 49 fisher here with decent success. Now if you do fish here and are above level 49, you can be killed by ship cannons, so watch out for that, or at least be aware that is a possibility. As whether or not you should be AFK fishing or active grinding, well, that's going to depend on how much money per hour you can rake in while grinding. Usually grinding is better, but if you're just busy with real life and have mediocre gear maybe, fishing is a nice alternative to active play. Now aside from that, we received a sea monster nerf last week, meaning you can't deal back attacks on most sea monsters now, though this week we received a life experience buff for hunting, trading, fishing, training, sailing, and farming. This means you'll be able to reach higher levels faster and with less effort. Now this is good if you want to reach Master 1 farming for the fences and sailing skilled and professional for the higher sailing skills you get for having set levels. Hunting also received a buff last week with the buff to matchlocks. You can now shoot 3 times instead of 2, and you can finally reload when moving. Coming back to sailing really quickly, this week we received a minor buff to repairing sailboats and frigates. You can now do that continuously if you have enough items, which is a nice change. Now this week we also received an addition to Garmoth flying around Intrigan and dropping loot for you. So basically you will encounter him at random while you grind. He will appear, shoot some fireballs at you, and leave some loot behind when he's done annoying you. He can't be killed and his attacks can be blocked, so nothing to really worry about there. And the best thing you can get seems to be the Liber gloves, which isn't too bad as those items are specifically difficult to get at the moment. And last week we also received a similar change to Valencia, where the Valencia grave robber Afauru appeared, and he's an elite you can kill to get some loot. Best thing he drops, I think, are offhand boss weapon boxes, which again is pretty nice if you can get lucky. They're not very difficult to kill from what I can tell. Now, Waragon's Nest in Valencia also received a rework this week, which is good. That place has been dead for well over a year now. Basically, the elites are now stronger and can drop scrolls and Serops necklaces with a decent chance. I haven't gone there myself, but I'll be sure to do a 10-hour grind video for you guys this week to see how good it is. Now, Vel has also been reworked and now spawns on all channels. His HP has been adjusted to compensate for this, which I would imagine means more HP, but we'll have to see this coming Sunday to see what exactly that means. This is a change that honestly should have happened and been implemented ages ago, but finally we have it in place. And that's it for this week's patch notes. Now let's take a look at the roadmap they released and talk about this global build I'm sure you guys have been hearing about lately. So in the next 2 months, you can expect Doom, which we got this week, Prodi Cavern, Sekria Ruins, Medaya Main Quest Revamp, Western Calfian region with it, Black Star Weapon, the new weapon that came out in Korea recently, Manos Mastery Life Skills, finally, And at the end of May, we will also be getting 53 combat XP scrolls for 530% combat XP increase each. Now, I imagine they each last an hour. It's just a lot of stuff in 2 months. So why are we getting all of this in such a short amount of time instead of slowly releasing it over the past few months, where honestly, we've really had events as the major quote-unquote content for the game? It seems that they're finally going all in on their global build plan. Now, other regions are getting similar content updates. And if I had to guess, we're going to be seeing a Pearl Abyss conference in June talking about the future of the game and fleshing out this global build they have planned. And a global build means every region will be updated at the same rate. No more Korea getting classes first and regions first, only for us to wait 9 months to get the same content under the guise of, oh, look, this is new, even though it came out in Korea 9 months ago. If we're being honest, the new content we're getting in the next 2 months is content already out in Korea, so it's not exactly new, but it's new for us. Underwater dungeons have been out for almost 9 months. I even made a preliminary grind video way back during the test server days. And what can we expect from the June conference? Well, they're probably going to announce Odalita, the new region. That's going to have an announcement since the release should be fairly soon, according to their previous release date estimates. Probably in the summer for that region. And maybe a tease of the new class they're working on, which I wager will come out later in the year, maybe in November or December. Now, if you don't know about the new class, it seems that's going to be a shy race. So the people of Florin, basically, a class that wields a boomerang. Not sure what they'll do with that, but it's interesting at the very least. Shy are very alchemical people and have close ties with nature and the lore, so I imagine they're going to tap into that somehow. I would imagine, who knows. Black Star is arriving to us next month, which will mean honestly nothing for 90% of the player base, to be honest. The new weapon is technically BIS for everything but PvP, and the new enhancement stones for it, plus the lower rates are extremely prohibitive for the majority of players, which is good, to be honest. I mean, not everything coming out should be for everyone, but I do hope they do revamp more places than just Waragons, for example, Basilisks. They don't need to do much with that place to make it better, just maybe better trash loot value and adding soiled Basilisk belts, and that's it. It would help spread out Valencia grind spots a little bit more, and Basi has been, untouched for a very long time, so it'd be nice if it got some love. And before I leave you, I did want to mention that witches are getting a buff to the animation of Voltaic Pulse. It's about twice as fast. This change is on the test server at the moment, so I wonder if this week we'll see it Korea and then maybe see some changes for Wizard or maybe some other animation changes for other classes, who knows. And that's it for the updates for this week. Let me know what you thought about the changes in the comments down below. I'm working on having some guide videos being uploaded throughout May since I will be away for half the month. And I might do some IRL streams if I have time, not sure. I'm going to be in Hawaii, so let me know if you want to see something like that. As far as EU Progression Series goes, Vesper is back. It's alive. We got a guild name change and are still looking for some people to join us. Big thing is age requirement, mainly being 21 plus. If you're at least 21 years old, that's fine. Gear, at least 450 gear score would be nice. With an interest in Node Wars, of course, since we're building towards that at the moment. And if we've spoken on Discord or you've tried to get in contact with me and I've not yet answered, please message me again, as my messages tend to get buried. And that's it for me, guys. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.